Hi, everybody. It's Michael Flecha, and welcome to a very special edition of the Mikey's Mindset. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to recap and review biggest wrestling event of the year, Bound for Glory. It was from the Impact Zone in Orlando, Florida. It just went down earlier tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot to talk about on this show and a lot about what I think the future might be nonstop action, aka Impact Wrestling. Um, this is it, the biggest event of the year, the biggest show of the year. How did they deliver? I'm gonna say it. A pleasant surprise, better than I thought. I thought it was gonna be maybe a train wreck. The production has really took a hit in the last few weeks, last few months, as we would say, and there was really a lot of doubt about what the track was gonna look like going into tonight's event. They were able to get the money or the backing by an anonymous donation, and they were able to do the production of Bound for Glory, and this is what we got. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It started off with the X Division Championship match. Trevor Lee goes one-on-one with DJZ, the reigning champion, the line, and the winner of the bout at 11 minutes and 8 seconds, and still the TNA X Division champion, DJZ. I'm going to say this. This was a surprise. I thought both men did a really good job, and this was a great way to start the show. This was better than expected, even for me. This was better than expected, and my rating for this fight is I'm going to give this between 3.5 and 3.75 of a star. I thought this was a very great way to start off unbelievable event, and this was definitely one of my top fights of the night. As a matter of fact, I'll even go as far to say it my second best fight of the night, to say the very least. So with that said, we're gonna give it to the next fight of the night, which was the Bound for Glory Gauntlet match to determine the number one contender. It was a number one contenders match, and the winner of the entire thing, Eli Drake. He won it at 15 minutes and 20 seconds. All right. This was all right. I'm not gonna too much about this fight. There were so many people in this match. Eli Drake, Braxton Sutter, Bisil Baraka, Madly Shira, Grado Tyrus, Jesse Goddard, Robbie E, Baron, Drax, Rockstar Spud. This was okay for what it was worth. I'm happy Eli Drake won. I think he could definitely benefit from a win like this to be now a number one contender for a future title. Now that could be Grand Championship, that could be the TNA World title. We don't know what that's going to be way, but Eli Drake is by far probably one of the most marketable guys that you can use. His gimmick, his attitude, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Ken Anderson, and this is the perfect guy you want to maybe become the next coming or the future of TNA. So I'm very happy with the outcome. I'm thrilled that he won it. There is really nothing more to say on that. As far as my rating goes, I'm going to give this between 1.5 and 2 stars. That's as good as I'm going to give it. That's as good as I think it deserves. So next up, we had a one-on-one match, which was Moose versus the Miracle Mike Bennett. The winner of the bout, 10 seconds, was Moose. Okay fight, decent match. 2.25 stars is my rating for it. I could give it 2.5, but 2.25 is probably the right rating for this. Um, Definitely uh, a great way to. It was a showcase fight, but both men did really good. Good action, not amazing overall. I wish it could have been a lot more better, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna hold too much against that. Okay, the next up was the tournament final to determine the TNA Grand Champion. It was gonna be Aaron Rex versus. Now it was supposed to be Drew Galloway. However, Drew Galloway suffered an injury and was pulled off the fight. Therefore, took Drew Galloway's spot, and they fought. And the winner of the bout via split decision, and now the TNA Grand Champion is Aaron Rex. Aaron Rex wins the bout. Um, Basically, it went 29-28, 28 for Eddie Edwards. Aaron Rex got 29-28. The third judge at ringside scored it 29-28. Aaron Rex wins the belt on the third judge count. And this was good. This was solid. 2 stars for the effort. I think this was definitely could have been a lot more better, but it was worth it. But the outcome was predictable. I think we all knew when Damian Sandow, Aaron Rex made his debut in TNA. We knew sooner or later they were going to give him a big push. They did it. Push. He's now the grand champion. Nothing bad to say about this. This was very good, solid for what it was worth. So we're going to move on from here. The next thing we had was the TNA Hall of Fame induction of Gail Kim. We had Christy Hemme out there. We had Taryn Terrell. Yes, Taryn Terrell actually showed up. And she actually gave a moving speech about gave a moving speech. And then of course Dixie Carter basically came out, and finally we got the big moment where Gail Kim talked about her great career and her accomplishments. They basically made the official. Also, we had Awesome Kong there as well, and then Dixie Carter made the presentation, and then Gail Kim, I mean, gave us practically one of the most powerful speeches. She talked about how basically the knockouts, how her power and her influence, and she talked about how great people, is tough, but she gave it her all. She never forgot it either. She thanked all the wrestlers that helped her along the way, like Trish Stratus, Jazz, Victoria, or Tara. Basically, for all you guys out there. She also gave a lot of love to Molly Holly, who actually was very emotional about this. And she said that it was Molly who was the reason why she got into professional wrestling. So major props to Molly Holly. Of course, she thanked Fit Finley. She thanked Jeff Jarrett and Karen Jarrett as well. To me, it felt real. It felt genuine. It didn't feel scripted. This was a 5-star segment. I'm gonna say it. This was without a doubt the best segment of the night. I'll call it segment of the night, and this could go down TNA's segment of the year. I mean, that's how great this segment was. This was absolutely epic. It was placed in the right position. There were no arguments here, no qualms. I had nothing bad to say about this match. This was absolutely amazing. Well done by everybody involved. Nothing more to say. Let's move on to the Great War for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. It was Poos Mule and Brother Nero and Broken Matt Hardy against Silent Crazy Steve and Abyss, The Decay, Rebby, and Rosemary were both in the corners of their respective teams. This was like to be the Great War. Oh my goodness, this was war. This was epic. I mean, hands down, no doubt in my mind, fight of the night. Without a doubt, this was, I mean, it was between the Decay and the Broken Hardys was epic when they had that fight in the compound in Cameron, North Carolina. This took the insanity to a whole new level. It delivered on that we expected this to go. The crowd was red hot for this match. You know, you're gonna get those people that say some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. Whatever the case may be, this was entertaining, and I could not believe how epic this fight was. This was awesome. I mean, this was the best thing TNA did in a number of years. And we've been slamming TNA for a long time about production or the look or just a match. We were just looking for something to grab us. This did it for me. 4 to 4.5 stars night and TNA's fight of the year for me. This was without a doubt tremendous. Without anything to say, and more importantly, we have a crowning of new TNA World Tag Team Champions. The Broken Hardys have won, and the Decay has been deleted from the tag team titles. Nothing more to say. Let's just move on to the next fight, which was basically Gail Kim versus Maria for the Knockouts Championship. The winner of the bout and new TNA Knockouts champion, Gail Kim. She wins the belt. The fight was only 5 minutes and 20 seconds. This was literally between a dud to a half a star. It was just bad. It was bad wrestling, and it was no fault of Gail. Gail tried to carry this match. She tried here, but Maria, it just did not work. Um, the talking segments were better. Everything was better. Did not deliver in the way we were hoping for. Um, we'll wait and see what happens. There's nothing more to say. We do have a new champion. That we can definitely agree on. And, well, happens there. Our main event for the TNA World Title in a no holds barred fight: Bobby Lashley versus Ethan Carter the third, EC3, the winner of the bout, and still the TNA World Champion is Bobby Lashley, getting the pin, a spear at 16 minutes and 10 seconds. 2.5 to 2 3/4 of a star. Good main event. It was solid. Could have been a little better. I'm not going to argue with that. I think overall it was a solid main event. I got nothing bad to say about it. I think both men did a good job with it, and they try to give us a thrilling main event. It just was a little underwhelming, but it did at the end give us a nice ending. I can't argue with that. So the ending was nice. It was good enough for me. Overall, I think TNA delivered. I think they did a good job. I think it was solid. My overall is a 7 out of 10. A solid 7 out of 10 for me. I know 411 Mania, I think, is it like a 6.5. Some people has actually given the viewers has given this about 7.5. I'm gonna meet them halfway, right in the middle. I thought this was good. The Great War was the fight of the night. The Gail Kim Hall of Fame induction was the segment of the night. Then second best fight of the night, I'm gonna say was the X Division title. Then I'll go with the main event, which was the TNA World Title fight in the third spot. From there, I'll give it to Bound for the what I thought was the next decent fight of the night was I thought was the Grand Championship finale. Then I would go with the Bound for Glory gauntlet match that Eli Drake action, Moose and Mike Bennett. Then it's the Bound for Glory number one contenders gauntlet match with the Knockouts women title fight being the worst fight of the evening. All right. So, what do I think is the future of TNA? Now, I've heard a lot of rumors about, WWE trying to purchase TNA and what they would do that if they do purchase TNA, that they would shut the company down and use the video or the catalog that they use and use that as their vessel for the WWE network. Like they do with ECW, what they did with WCW. They're going to use their content. They're going to use all of their. I don't think WWE is a worthy company for a company like TNA. And I hope and pray that WWE does not get TNA because they don't need them. They don't deserve them because I think a more company that would keep TNA viable and alive would be Todd Sinclair and Ring of Honor. Now, Ring of Honor has a lot of the guys from TNA. They have Jay Lethal. They got Frankie Kazarian. They got Christopher Daniels. They got the Motor City Machine Guns. A lot of the guys who were in TNA was originally from is it the I should say let me say that again. The guys that are in Ring of Honor right now used to be in TNA. Now, I think if TNA with Ring of Honor together, you could actually make TNA more viable because of the fact that Todd Sinclair could get that company to, you can have talent exchanges. You can bring Jay Lethal back to TNA. You can bring the Motor City Machine Guns back to TNA. Do an angle with that. Have the rosters merge together. And not only that, but with the addition of New Japan Pro Wrestling or AAA from Mexico, when you got these working relationships, TNA would actually be in a real great position to. I don't think they would be anywhere in the level of WWE, but if you merge those two entities together, TNA and Ring of Honor, if you merge them two together, sprinkle a little bit of that talent from New Japan, from Mexico, companies from around the world, then you might have a legit threat to WWE. You have to make WWE have to step their game up. Even though their NXT brand is top notch and probably the best that's going for WWE, and I'll even openly admit, SmackDown is far and away blowing away the expectations. Struggling. So, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen in the very near future. But if TNA goes with Ring of Honor and merge with them, I think the future would definitely be bright for Impact Wrestling more than anything else. So, give me your thoughts. What do you feel about it? Leave your comments at the bottom about what I just said. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Hey, it's an open forum here, guys, as always. All right. So that's it. That basically puts a bow on this evening. I want to thank you so much. Enjoy it. Like this. Share this with all your friends on social media. Thank you as always. And a reminder, tomorrow night is another edition of Ridiculously Raw, which is on Anthony Floyo's page as on the Tone 25, where he will recap Monday Night Raw, and he'll also give us his thoughts about TNA's last show before tonight's Monday. And then you can see me right here on Tuesday night for the Cerebral Smack Talk. We got a lot of news, guys. We got SmackDown Live. We got some Ring of Honor news. We got some Ring of Honor stuff that went down last Saturday. Plus, I'm also going to give you a recap on the All-Star Extravaganza that went down this past week as well. This past weekend in Lowell, Massachusetts. I'm going to tell you, if you want to talk about greatness, you get ready because you're not going to believe what I'm going to say about Ladder War 6. Plus, Lucha Underground, as always. Thank you so much for watching this. Huzz and Ham Hounds, I'm out. Have a good night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. So long for now.